Hello and welcome back to FPS Creator Classics, where we look at interesting and original games developed in FPS Creator. So today's game is Terra Lab. This was a suggestion from one of my viewers. I know basically nothing about this game other than it was developed in 2008 by a Finnish developer called Arska. So yeah, I know it's an unfinished game. I think it was supposed to be part of a much longer experience, but it was halted. Development was stopped because of limitations that the developer encountered with FPS Creator. Whether they be memory limitations, I'm not sure, but that seems to be the reason why most people stop developing in FPSC. So what we've got here is an unfinished game, levels 1, 5, and 6 of the full Terra Lab experience. So I don't know whether we're going to get a kind of a cohesive story because we're kind of missing levels, and I don't know what state these levels are in, whether or not they're finished and polished, but it was suggested, so I'm hoping it will be alright. So yeah, fairly easy install. I've added in my screen resolution as usual, so hopefully that will make it look a little bit nicer. But yeah, so let's just see what we get. Okay, sample version of Vaporware. Yeah, so very interesting menu screen there. It's kind of, yeah, someone discovered the font tools in Photoshop or Paint Shop Pro or whatever, so quite difficult to read. And some assets from, I think, Model Pack 1 by the looks of it. This looks like the sort of modern day assets. As I think I've mentioned before, when FPS Creator launched, it had a library of sci-fi and World War II assets and not very much else really. So if you wanted to create any other kind of games, you were a little bit sort of under-resourced. But then Model Pack 1 and Model Pack 2 came out. I can't remember exactly when they came out in relation to the release of FPSC, but they were, as I say, the first model packs to come out, and they were completely modern day assets. So you had concrete walls and bricks, breeze blocks, that sort of thing, and also some more domestic looking segments, as well as some more modern enemies as well, so kind of SWAT teams rather than the enemies that came with FPSC, which would have been sort of like sci-fi space marine things and World War II soldiers. Okay, so the music is, yeah, straight out of stock FPSC. We've got a gun here from one of the slightly later model packs, and an invisible wall that stops us going any further down here. This car here, Dark Basic, I'm going to assume, actually it's weirdly big. You don't think that's a little bit big? I mean, I'm stood up right now and the car's taller than me. That car that claims to be a Toyota, it looks like it's from Dark Matter, which was a series of model packs that came out to support Dark Basic Professional, which was the game creator's previous product before FPS Creator. So these model packs were kind of designed to support that. Normally only had a diffuse map, so they don't have any kind of fancy shader effects or anything. Yeah, so they look a bit blocky, but you do see them turn up in FPSC games from time to time. In fact, I used some Dark Matter assets in my games as well. Dark Basic Professional was a sort of a coding environment, whereas FPSC was no code required. Okay, I picked up some ammo. I've also thrown about some things here. Ah, is this a door hidden behind here? Can I pick this up? There is a door there. More ammo. So look at that, wooden boxes that actually break up into debris. Something which we still, to this day, do not have in Game Guru. Very disappointing.
Get down!
We were ambushed there by a character, but we seem to have made it out okay. 67 health, not too bad. So yeah, as I say, Model Pack 1 assets here. Except for the gun, which came about a bit later. There was several model packs, in fact, of more modern weaponry. Obviously the games that came with FPSC were... Sorry, the guns that came with FPSC were designed for the rest of the media that came with it, so you had kind of sci-fi weapons and World War II guns. And strangely, none of them had arms, which I always found very odd. Ow. I'm being... Where did you come from? You just literally spawned next to me. That's a bit of a...
cover!
Oh, God. Yeah, what are you going to do now, bitch? Okay, back up to full health. That's good. So yeah, as I was saying, there were later model packs, I think possibly, I want to say model pack 5 or 6, were weapon packs, all featuring modern weapons and all wielded by actual arms for once. And this is one of those weapons, looks like a kind of a Glock looking thing. I suspect because of copyright they're probably not allowed to call it a Glock, it's probably something else. Did we pick up another weapon, by the way? Hang on a second, I want to... What is this? Ramen. Ah, okay. Right, so we do have a little SMG here. I feel like that might be the end of the level, so just before we nip off down there, I just want to have a quick look around here, see if there's anything. Actually a surprising number of dynamic objects here that we can push around and pick up. FPSC had a lot of limitations computationally with what you could have in a level, and physics objects, i.e. objects that actually react to physics, that you can push around, that sort of obey gravity, they're a lot more expensive than sort of static objects like things that can't move. So like this sink, for instance, is a static object. So consequently you didn't used to see many dynamic objects. If you filled your level with dynamic objects, it would run very slowly because the engine would have to calculate all of the kind of collision on a frame by frame basis. Don't know if we're going to find anything by searching the toilets, but you never know. Sometimes game developers like to hide little things like, you know, extra health packs or rounds of ammo. We are actually down to 60 health, so I wouldn't mind finding a bit of extra health. Don't know if it's going to reset when we go to the next level. So something I'm noticing... Okay, door is locked. I wonder if we can open that somehow. If we... No, can't get through there. Okay, fair enough. Perhaps we have to come back that way. So maybe that wasn't the end of the level that we found earlier. So something I'm noticing is lighting. Okay, that's a bad example because there is actually a light there, but over there, no light. What I would call unmotivated lighting. Putting my sort of filmmaker hat on for a second. So yeah. So sometimes there's light in areas where it doesn't really make any sense for there to be any light. I say that and I'm now finding loads of rooms with actual lights in, so maybe it was just that one section of corridor. Whoa, okay. Gotta... That's better. 73 health, not too bad. I don't remember seeing any kind of storyline to this. I'm sure there is some, but Maybe we're trying to make our way into the Terra lab. Iron Maiden poster. Aha, we have... Wait, what is this? Dear Rob, main door using laptop number 6 in data processing room. What? Oh, we can open main door using laptop number 6 in data processing room. So... okay. Am I looking for the data processing room? I suppose I am. Can't get in there. Maybe I have to go back to that locked door. So although I'm seeing lit environments, I'm not seeing an awful lot of shadow. So that leads me to believe that this level is using quick light mapping. FPSC had 3 kind of settings for light mapping. The first being no light maps at all. The second one being quick light mapping like this, which, well, I'm assuming this is quick light mapping. It's just sort of, you know, not every entity casts a shadow. And the third being full light mapping. So, for example, this pipe would probably cast a bit of a shadow on this wall. Okay, we are in. So, laptop number 6, I guess we're looking for. Laptop numbers. So that would be this one. I quite like that. That's a nice little puzzle, that. You know, you got to find the correct laptop. I suppose if you click these, nothing happens. You're dead. Oh no! Are you kidding me? I just thought... ah, right, well that'll teach me. I don't know how many lives you get in this game, but I just lost one by being a bit too... yeah. A bit too inquisitive. Curiosity killed the... well, yeah. Anyway, so let's see if we can go back and find... I imagine that opens the sci-fi looking door. How do I get back there? Was it this way? No, hang on, that's the way I came in. Ah, there you go. The door in front of us is open. Okay, level 1 complete. So, level... well, it's level 2, but it is actually level 5. Music's alright, quite atmospheric. Makes me wonder what sort of weird things we'll be asked to fight in the Terra lab. I was about to say the load times are pretty long, but well, they were pretty long, but that's okay. Can't really blame the developer for that, I guess. That's a FPSC thing. Okay, so we have picked up quite a lot of ammunition for our pistol. Oh, we have a cutscene. I'm not quite sure what that was. Was it a cutscene? Some bright white flash? I hear screams. Oh. Whoa, okay. So something's gone seriously wrong here. I remember this character. I used that very same character in my game Acid Factory. So they gave you a scientist character in one of the model packs, and then they gave you a kind of a zombified version of him. Do you know what? I actually jumped a little bit when I saw this zombified surgeon. At least they're quite slow moving, zombies. Could really do with a flashlight because I cannot see what is going on. They've gone to the trouble of making a custom prompt image for this press enter to use, which is always good to see. So it's hinting at me having ammo for a shotgun, but I don't remember picking a shotgun up. Oh, I do. Okay, I have a shotgun. Now, this is the sort of thing I want to take on zombies. Door is locked. This one's not. Oh, nice. More modern day assets from, I think possibly this is Model Pack 3. Model Pack 3 was a kind of an industrial themed model pack with lots of gantries and barrels and sort of more, well, yeah, like I just said, industrial assets. Wow. Shotgun did a lot of damage. Oh, things are getting creepy now. We've got red lighting, and I can see another one of these doctor characters. A little bit strange how the blood decals are kind of glowing red, but again, I think that's an engine problem more than anything else. As I've mentioned before, FPSC was a favoured engine for indie horror developers because even though its lighting capabilities were quite basic, you were still able to create some interesting suspenseful scenes in it relatively easily. No, I've already been up here. I guess I'm going up there then. Isn't that where I just came from? There we go. Never trust an enemy that doesn't disappear when you shoot it. No, that's about the way I came. I'm not convinced I'm going the right way. I don't really know exactly where I'm supposed to go. There's a lot of doors in this main area, so maybe I can just pick another one of those. Not this one. Not this one. Or that one. Here we go. Press enter. Okay, so music's quite loud. Could do probably turning it down a little bit, but then I guess there's no dialogue or anything. Door is locked, so there must be a key around here somewhere. Where on earth am I going to find a key from? Oh, I picked up a key. Where was that? That's ridiculous. I didn't even see that. Was that on top of this box or what? Okay, well at least we now know that we have to find that locked door. Where was that locked door? I can't remember now. Here. Ah. Right. Progress. Only took 5 minutes of messing around, going in circles to find that. So not particularly obvious placement. So far I wouldn't have said that we are in a lab environment. I mean, the beginning bit was, but this is more just sort of like a warehouse. Okay, and loading level 3, which I think is the final level. Okay, and the music has changed back to I recognise this music. This has been ripped out of Doom 3. Isn't this the menu music from Doom 3? Or, well, not menu music, but I swear it's like the pause menu music. Okay, and we've got Glocks Akimbo. I like this silenced Mac 10 or whatever it is. Hopefully my video doesn't get done for copyright infringement. Oh, we've got a sudden drop in frame rate there. Just wonder what, whether or not I have to push this out of the way. Yeah, I thought so. Vent hatch requires tool to open. Okay. I mean, like a lot of indie developers, he's fallen into the trap of ripping music from other sources, which I think many of us were guilty of back in the day. Oh, Jesus. I did not see you. Right, I'm going in with the shotgun this time. Didn't actually see where that zombie disappeared to. It just... There we go, that's better. So, let's talk about lighting. So, okay, there's areas of light and dark, and normally that's like a recipe for how to kind of create mood in a horror game. Wow, the frame rate's really dropping here for some reason. But there's just something about the lighting that just doesn't seem right. I mean, for instance, this light here, right? So the range on this light is tiny, which is not particularly realistic. Like, if it were that bright, the range of that light would be huge. So, yeah, I guess if it were me, I'd have dropped the colour down. Actually, maybe added a bit of colour, because at the moment it seems like all of the lights are kind of white, or maybe just slightly off-white. Vent hatch requires tool to open. And the lack of shadows from some of these assets is kind of meaning that it just doesn't feel particularly sort of realistic. I really need this tool to open these vent hatches. I'm not getting very far without that. Glad I saw you. Right. Oh my god. A lot of barrels there. Ouch. And I managed to die somehow from just respawning. Well, yeah, not die, but... Also, where on earth have I respawned? I don't... Okay, so... Let me guess. Requires tool. Right, let's go find this tool. So just having areas of light and dark is not enough to provide for a suspenseful environment. Darkness is good, but it has to be used sparingly and in conjunction with light. And not just kind of, you know, really bright patches of light like here, and then really dark areas where you can't see anything. You're supposed to use light as a way to guide the player's eye, to pick out details and to basically help them wayfind. Because in a level like this, where, you know, the corridors all basically look the same, and particularly this is a problem of FPS games because they're all built on that grid system and they look kind of, you know, blocky, and there's all 90-degree angles everywhere. There's not a huge amount of interest architecturally, so there's nothing to kind of help you find your way within the level. It's quite difficult to know whereabouts you are. One corridor looks much the same as another. So lighting can be used to help direct the player, as can other things as well, like enemy placement. So for example, you know, like as I was doing earlier, following the stream of enemies, that's always a good way to go, because you know that, you know, the developers place the enemies there because that's the way you've got to go, basically, to defeat them all. But, yeah, in an instance like this, I mean, you know, what does this scene say about where I've got to go next? Well, okay, there's one here, so we know that I've got to go in here to get to that vent. But what I could really do with is some sort of lighting to sort of show where this tool is. A little bit like with the last level, I feel like I'm underprepared. So where am I going to find a tool then? I guess in some kind of storeroom, I guess. Is this new? Have we been down here before? Isn't this where we respawned? Okay, this is new. There's another vent there. I see a creature in the corner. Is that a scientist? Not anymore, it isn't. Ah, we have a tool. This is the tool. Excellent. Oh, do you know what? Fair play. Okay, there's me going on about suspenseful atmosphere, but as soon as I turned around and I saw that zombie running towards me, that scared me. So, yeah, nice jump scare there. And now I'm constantly going to be checking behind me. So yeah, the bright areas all seem a little bit too bright, and the dark areas just a bit too dark. And just on a level design point, like, the levels are quite sparse. Okay, so I can go walking through all these places, but what's the point? Where am I heading to? Oh, okay. See, there's an example of player should go this way because stuff happened. Oh, we're back here. Yeah, I know where we are. I just wonder what the boss is going to be. Whatever's been eating these people. Oh, no, you don't. There we go. This door is locked. Great. Need a key. Okay, back in the vents I go. There is safety to be found in the vents of FPS-C because the enemies can't get in them, basically. Okay, well I have some shotgun shells, that's good. Ooh, and a massive frame rate dip there. Not sure what the problem was with that. Okay, so we've been to this room before. I'm trying to think of any room that we just haven't been to. Where am I going to find this key? Been here? No, I've been here because I destroyed the box. There was another air vent down here. I just wonder if I'm supposed to get up to this somehow. Perhaps stand on a desk. Stack some things, perhaps. No, I can't get in that one. Okay, we're back, and I actually had to go and look up a YouTube video on how to solve this because I could not for the life of me figure out that you needed to stack boxes to get up to this air vent. I was looking for a way up there, if you remember. I did actually try and find a way to get up there, although whether or not that piece of footage actually made the cutting room floor, I'm not sure. But yes, I did spend some time investigating this this vent, and I thought that you couldn't get in it. There was no prompt that came up when I got near to it, but obviously I was wrong, and you can get up there. You just have to stack a whole load of boxes on top of each other in order to do it. So yeah, kind of annoyed that that took so long. Could have done with a little bit more signposting that that was a thing. As you can see, my stacking is not going particularly well. Hopefully that will allow me to get up. It's kind of frustrating me now. See, I still can't get up there. Oh. Right. Oh, for God's sake. Now will you let me in? Let me in! Right, I'm in. And you put a health pack there because... why, I don't know. I've already gone off this game now. Oh God, look at all these barrels. I just know this is going to be a bad plan. But I'm going to shoot him. Okay, well... How did you survive that? I literally just blew up like 20 barrels in here. Unbelievable. Right. Oh God, and there's more explosive barrels. Did that kill everything? I'm not convinced it did. I think this game hates me. So it would not surprise me if the zombies somehow managed to withstand that. There's a dude here that's trying to... Oh. Yeah, reload. Reload animation's quite slow. And I'm back here. Okay. What was the point of that section then? What did I miss? I must have missed something, because there must be some way for me to... There must be something I can do or find. A key or a switch, a way out. Hang on, what's this? Oh, we have a key. A key for what though? I don't... I mean, there is a locked door somewhere, but... This door is locked. Okay, so there was a locked door somewhere, I seem to remember, but... Oh god, where was it? It wasn't down here. That was a dead end. I'm now running, just because this level's lasted way too long, and I'm annoyed that I had to go to a YouTube playthrough to find out how to complete it. So things that the developer could have done to make it a little bit easier for me to figure out. They could have used lighting to make it clear that the vent was where I was supposed to go, perhaps by having the lighting shine on the vent and nowhere else in the room perhaps. They could have put some lighting within the vent so that it appeared to kind of glow. They could have showed some boxes already partially stacked, made it look obvious that I had to find some other boxes to finish off the stack perhaps. Here we go, we're going to find this door now. And I'm out! Or maybe I'm just further in, I don't know. So there we go, that was Terra Lab. Let's get out of this terrible game. Okay, no, it wasn't terrible. It was fine. I liked some of the aspects of it. I liked the laptop puzzle in the first level. That was good. And good selection of weapons. And it did, let's be honest, it did scare me a couple of times. There were some good jump scares in there. The level design was kind of frustrating. The lighting was not very good. Didn't really direct your eye. And, you know, there were clues in there of where to go, such as scripted events and enemy placement, but also some of the kind of, there just doesn't seem to be a lot of logic in there for some of the puzzles, like where to find keys. I mean, yeah, I don't know, it was a bit lacking in that respect, but yeah, not a bad game. So that was Terra Lab. Do I recommend it? I'm not sure. I feel like it frustrated me enough that I actually don't recommend it. It was fine, but I don't really think it's a classic. In the same sense that some of the other games that I've played so far in this series have been. But, you know, I'm sure since then Arska, I should say, has gone on to create much better games and use this as a learning experience, as we all do. We all have to start somewhere. My first levels were rubbish. You can see, look there, I was actually trying to look up how to do that part of the level. But yeah, so anyway, that's about it for today. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on another episode of FPS Creator Classics, where hopefully I get stuck less often. Cheers.